What's up guys, my name's Brandon and we are just hours away from finally seeing iOS 15 for the very first time, and just before the annual Worldwide Developers Conference takes place, we have some very interesting and also some very unfortunate last-minute leaks about not only iOS and iPadOS 15, but also about watchOS 8 and macOS 12. So if you guys are excited for iOS 15, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below because I will be covering every single little feature of this software in the coming weeks and months. So let's first start off by talking about iOS and iPadOS 15, because over the past couple of months, Mark Gurman of Bloomberg has reported quite a bit about the upcoming changes to this software. So he's mentioned things like the redesigned lock screen, the notification customization, the redesigned iPad home screen, and much more. And I've made videos on every single one of those leaks and rumors in the past here on the channel. But now, just hours before the unveiling of iOS and iPadOS 15, Gurman has revealed even more information about what to expect from Apple in this next major release. And well, let's just say that one of the most anticipated features might actually not be coming this year. So remember that redesigned lock screen that we were talking about? Well, yeah, it appears that that is not coming this year. And in this new report, Gurman says, quote, Apple has also been working on a revamped lock screen for the iPhone and iPad, though some of those changes have been pushed back to a future release and won't appear this year. Now keep in mind, this report just says some of those changes have been pushed back. It doesn't say every change on the lock screen has been pushed back, so we should still expect some changes to the lock screen. And it's unfortunate that it did get pushed back, but at least we will be seeing changes to the notification banners and the overall way that you receive notifications on iOS and iPadOS 15. So Gurman says, quote, users will now be able to set a status such as whether you are driving, sleeping, working, or don't want to be disturbed, and have that dictate how incoming notifications are handled, which we have heard about before. The update will also include a larger focus on auto-replying to messages and a new design for incoming notification banners at the top of the screen. So that is new. We have not heard that before, and it looks like we will be seeing a UI change to the notification banners with a focus on auto-reply to messages. So that should be very interesting. So when you get a notification, it's going to appear differently when it comes down. And also I'm guessing there will be some short, some quick reply options, some new quick reply options there for messages. So that will be very interesting to see. And again, we had not heard that before this report. Now, Apple will also be continuing their major privacy push with a new control panel in iOS 15 that will provide in-depth detail on what data is being collected by each third-party application installed on your device. So I'm not sure if Gurman means a control panel or like a control center toggle. I'm not too sure about a control panel. Maybe that's just like a new section inside of settings and privacy. Maybe there's a whole new section in here, to tell you more information about that. Maybe it's under tracking right here. Maybe this expands beyond just, toggles. I'm not too sure, but it does seem like Apple is going to continue talking about privacy and include new, settings in iOS 15 to help you understand, which applications are collecting your data and how they're using your data. We also got some more details on what we could expect to see with the Messages application, which we know Apple is focusing heavily on this year, because first they had a graphic on their website that clearly looked like it had, the effect from the Messages application in it. And then they published the hash flag on Twitter for the hashtag WWDC21, which shows the thumbs up reaction that you see in iMessage. So Apple is definitely introducing something big related to the Messages application and just iMessage overall. And Gurman further reiterates that Apple is trying to turn the Messages application into a, quote, more direct competitor to messaging services on social networks like Facebook's WhatsApp and Messenger. So what all this entails, we don't know yet, but I'm sure that Apple will spend quite a bit of time talking about it, and all the new changes coming to Messages this year during this keynote. So it'll be interesting to see everything that's changed, and this could be a pretty big moment for Apple, honestly, to move people over, from Android possibly to iOS with Messages, if it's going to be more of like a social network. And as for iPadOS 15, it looks like Apple will be improving multitasking finally. So the report reiterates that Apple plans to revamp the home screen with support for widgets on the home screen, but then it says that they are also planning, quote, an improved multitasking system to make it easier to operate multiple apps at the same time. So a pretty vague statement there, and we don't really know if it's going to be just, better performance with multitasking, if there's going to be a new multitasking, window. We don't really know. It's a pretty vague statement. But, obviously multitasking is critical on the iPad. It's one of the main features and the main functions overall. So really any improvement will be welcomed with iPadOS 15. And of course, since Apple did just introduce an iPad with 16 gigabytes of RAM, I'm curious to see if this will give users kind of more incentive to go with that top model compared to the 8 gigabyte of RAM model. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. So yeah, we have quite a few new iOS 15 features mentioned in this report that we have not heard before, like the new notification banners, the improved multitasking, the privacy control panel, and unfortunately the fact that all of the redesigned lock screen features will not be coming this year, just some of them. So not all of them, but some of those redesigned lock screen features will not be coming this year. So Gurman did also continue and mention some minor details about the next version of watchOS and macOS, which will also be unveiled on Monday at WWDC. So it looks like macOS 12, which has been rumored to be called Monterey or Mammoth, will be a minor update, which is expected after macOS Big Sur. That was, the biggest update to macOS ever in the history of macOS, in my opinion. So I wasn't really expecting or really even wanting anything new at this point. So it's no surprise that macOS 12 will be a very minor update. And as for watchOS 8, it looks like we'll be getting some health tracking and interface improvements. And Gurman doesn't really expand on this, but we actually just got a leak straight from Apple that might give us more insight as to what to expect with this next major watchOS release. So developer Chaos just recently tweeted this out. Looks like someone deployed the new profile for App Store too early. Want to guess what com.apple.mind is on watchOS? And if you look at the image attached, you could see that the code references 3 new bundle IDs, Mind, Contacts, and Tips. So Mind, of course, is going to be the most interesting, and this is something brand new. And it makes you wonder if this has something to do with the new mental health features that we've seen rumored for quite a while now. So it looks like we may have a new application maybe called Mind, and it looks like this will expand across watchOS, iOS, and iPadOS. Like it may be a standalone application on all 3 and not just on the watch. So that'll be very interesting to see what comes about with that Mind application. So yeah, guys, that is the latest when it comes to the upcoming software, which of course is the main attraction with the Worldwide Developers Conference every year. But it was kind of surprising to not hear anything else about the rumored M1X iPad Pro, which many leakers and analysts have said is being announced at WWDC. So this is kind of worrisome, so I would actually temper expectations a little bit, but I still would not be surprised to see this new MacBook Pro announced at this event. I mean, we've seen several reports of this coming, and John Prosser also, quote, confirmed that this is coming at the Worldwide Developers Conference. So I would expect to see it, but the fact that Mark Gurman and Bloomberg didn't mention hardware at all in the report for what to expect at this event is kind of worrisome. But again, my personal guess is that we will actually see it announced, but it will not be released in June. It's probably going to be released in July at the earliest. Now, in addition to the main WWDC event, which starts at 1 p.m. Eastern, Apple has also just announced a second special event, which takes place right afterwards at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this event is going to be for announcing the new spatial audio and lossless audio features that we saw originally get announced in a press release a few weeks back. So this is found inside of the music application. This was first found on Twitter, and you can see this is actually inside of the music application now. It's live. It's a 10-minute track right here, or a 10-minute video, but nothing plays. But it does say in the little text down there, tune in at 12 p.m. Pacific on June 7th to watch this special event. So it's interesting because this event is not on the schedule for WWDC. So it appears that this is just going to be a separate event, probably a very short event right after the Worldwide Developers Conference. So this will be very interesting, and we should finally get an exact release date for when we can expect to see spatial audio and lossless audio actually get pushed out to the music application for us to enjoy. But anyways, guys, there you have it. Those are the latest leaks and rumors surrounding iOS and iPadOS 15. watchOS 8, and macOS 12. So make sure you guys tune in to my channel tomorrow for the live stream of WWDC. It's guaranteed to be a good time, as it is every year. We're going to go over these new software. Of course, we're going to watch the event together. I'm not going to have it out on the actual stream because I will get my channel taken down, but we will watch it together and, live react and talk to you guys. I'll go over all the new features. I'll install iOS 15 live on my device, all that fun stuff. It's always really fun. So definitely make sure you guys stop on by. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video and if you're excited for iOS and iPadOS 15, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss all of my future coverage of iOS and iPadOS 15. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.